reactor, we would simply burn, melt, evaporate, and pass away, disintegrating as if we've never existed. The sun's activity, from its powerful eruptions to the steady stream of charged particles it sends out, influences the nature of space throughout the solar system. But despite all of that, Saitama can survive a head-on collision with the sun without even the slightest burn on his body. Because of this, it means he is 100% completely immune to radiation poisoning, fire, lava, absolutely any kind of physics. Considering how he can see and is just fine despite taking a quick little stop on the surface of the sun. Whilst us, ordinary people, can't even stare at the sun from Earth for longer than 100 seconds without causing permanent retinal damage. Of course, this all helps Saitama in battle because remember, thanks to his limitlessness, he doesn't lose his sense of direction at all, whilst Garou did and failed multiple times to know where he is during their battle on I.O. after Saitama completely ripped it apart. Saitama is limitless in balance, eyesight, immunity, anything that you can name. This brings us to the reverse causality zero punch. A lot of you are scratching your heads thinking, well, bruh, this is the first time I heard of this term and I need Anime Balls Deep to use their degree in anime bullshit science to explain this to me. Basically, Garou taught Saitama the ultimate technique of his fist that he had envisioned after stealing strength from God. Garou gained knowledge about the ways energy flows throughout the universe and how different types of forces react to any form of stimuli, becoming one with the cosmos. However, despite his cosmic growth, Garou was still unable to execute this supreme skill of time travel. He knew that Saitama was the only one who could perfect his God-given skill without his assistance. So as Garou performed this ultimate technique, Saitama copied his every move. This ultimate technique resulted in Saitama imagining his own inner universe and utilizing his own cosmic rays to generate pairs of particles and antiparticles. With extreme focus, Saitama was able to force these particles to move and imitate their pairs in opposite directions. Once all of Saitama's subatomic particles had done this, he was able to travel back in time. This type of time travel is due to the idea that subatomic particles do not have a direction in time, and according to live science, if they are set in a certain way, they can go in either direction of time, being forward or backwards. Saitama illustrated he was able to do this, showcasing his ability to copy limitlessly and perfect techniques that aren't possible to do due to theoretical limitations. After Saitama was able to pick the moment of time to interact with, he landed a punch which instantly knocked out Cosmic Fear Garou in his early stages. This punch wasn't even his serious series, by the way, rather it was just a normal one, which means Saitama's exponential growth in their battle on Jupiter's moon made his base state so much stronger than his serious state from back on Earth. We know this because Cosmic Garou was able to tank a serious punch often, or at least keep on moving after it. But Saitama instantly one-shots Garou with his new base level. Okay, is Saitama the strongest anime character ever created? ABD, can you answer that question for me, please?
I don't think so, pal.
So I know what you're probably thinking. A lot of you love, and I mean love, to mention Saitama vs Goku. Now I want to state right now that we are not a power scaling channel, nor will we ever be. This is just our opinion and not a fact. And I know giving an opinion out on the internet results in things like this. and you might hate us after this.
Okay.
According to One Punch Man's logic, Saitama's limitless power also lets him warp reality, as it affects the cosmos just like Blast and Garou mentioned. Saitama has limitless power, limitless defense, limitless speed, and his ability adapts to the opponent's strength and outdoes it, even if they are stronger than him or matching it. His ability is very similar to Broly if we think about it in the Dragon Ball verse. Broly, in the span of a movie, faced up against Blue Gogeta. Across multiple fights, he scaled higher and higher to eventually make Goku and Vegeta use everything they had. Saitama's fight with Goku would look very similar in the beginning, but eventually, according to One Punch Man's logic, he will leave his opponent behind and his limitlessness cannot be scaled anymore. You guys should know by now that we are huge fans of both series. I've been following Dragon Ball since the 90s and I'm still making content on it 30 years later. I'm 30 years old, I'm an old guy, bruh. Damn! But if we are using simple logic, we can argue that Goku also has exponential growth ability, just like Saitama. On the other hand, the difference is that Goku, to unlock his new limit, has to face defeat and actually be beaten. In the Z series, this would give Goku a huge growth after recovery due to his Zenkai boost, and then later Goku would figure out a new technique or transformation which allows him to overcome his previous challenges. Now, even if we take into account the recent events of the Dragon Ball Super manga and its latest chapter, Goku unlocked a Saiyan version of Ultra Instinct mid-fight against Gas. He became slightly stronger than him, and this is supposedly the person that is the strongest mortal person in the universe. However, Goku still ends up defeated because the opponent Gas became slightly stronger, which is exactly what Saitama would be doing against Goku due to his limitless. As we see from the graph depicted in chapter 168, Saitama will never be in a position where he is actually losing. His growth in mid-fight will infinitely increase until his opponent is at their limit, or their speed of growth is slower than Saitama. The only reason Saitama doesn't instantly blow up an entire galaxy is due to his physiological restraints. He's a human with human body type, and he has arms and legs and a bald head. You get the point. Now again, let's use simple logic. Some fans would argue Goku's base and transformations are so powerful that his first punch would kill Saitama instantly, so his ability of exponential growth wouldn't even activate or exist against Goku. But the argument against that is in chapter 166. Garou copied Saitama's power level with the Serious Punch squared, right? This is the first time ever that this has happened in One Punch Man, where someone has put that much force and power against Saitama in history. He was facing a punch that could blow up an entire galaxy, that it did in chapter 167, blowing up all those stars and galaxies millions of light years away, yet still Saitama tanked it and didn't take any damage or bleed at all. This means we know for a fact that Saitama can tank a punch from Goku in his Super Saiyan God form. And even Blue, Goku vs Beerus mentioned that their punches made a blast that was going to destroy the universe with raw power. Yet Saitama's punches towards the end of 168 could do the same, yet he tanks them and takes no damage. In the end, Saitama only has to tank one punch from Goku for his ability of Limitless to activate, and then it will automatically surpass Goku's power. If Goku went straight to Ultra Instinct 100% mode and 100% power, which he usually doesn't do by the way, because he likes to fight and play around, starting with Super Saiyan and normal form, but let's say he went straight to 100%. It's up to you to decide in the comment section below and let the war begin if Goku can straight up one-shot Saitama before his ability activates, or there's no way Saitama can tank it and it's game over.